everybody, this is Locket's Campfire Adventures. So I'm actually sitting out on a table right now, picnic table, and I'm watching this. I'm parked here, but where I'm parked at, there's right out on the highway right there, which is, as you can tell, not very far away from me. And there's an accident. There was a whole line of cars, which the cars could not back down because they just came from the ramp up there down, and they were already there. So unfortunately, the front truck in the row, in the very front, he was actually in front of the cars, and then when it happened, the accident, and so fortunately, it is not very good. It was two cars. I don't know how it happened. It's only happened a matter of 30 minutes ago is how long the accident happened. 30 minutes ago. Cops came out. There was 2 fire trucks and 2 ambulances here. There's still a fire truck right there, and there's an ambulance on the other side. Here, let me zoom in for you guys. Okay, so, kind of a little fuzzy for y'all, really. Okay. So, sorry about I zoomed in too much for y'all at the moment. Okay, so here's a fire truck. Right on the other side of the fire truck is an ambulance. One ambulance has already left, and another fire truck are left. There's a fire truck right there still. The ambulance is on the other side of the fire truck. Here's the first car, which is a red car. There's a gray car right on the other side of this person. And whole lot of policemen and people in bright colored jackets out here, which is working, people to stop, make sure traffic does not come this way. People with flashlights there. Plenty of cop cars over here. And to block the people coming from this ramp, they put some police cars up there to block anybody coming down the ramp. So the gray car right there, don't know how exactly happened. They're both on the same side of the road, which is the one that's going down instead of going back up towards the ramp. It's the one leading away from the ramp. So they're both headed the same way. Don't know how exactly happened, but the gray car, I'll put it this way, the whole motor is not even in the car. Okay, so if you see the cars are here. This is where the front end was, okay? And this little dot way over here, which is about 10 feet away from the car. It don't look it in the camera, but about 10 feet in front of the car is the whole motor itself. The whole motor literally came out of the car. There is no front end left of this car. When the ambulances were here, nobody got loaded in the ambulance. Nobody rushed around when it comes to the ambulances. Then all of a sudden, one ambulance left, one stayed. Nobody ever got loaded in. One fire truck stayed, one left. Lot more policemen showed up. They started walking up and down the ditch on that side over there, and walking up down all the way up there. And they were searching for something. There was like 3 all over in here, 2 more up there. They were searching flashlights up and down the ditch, which don't know if they found what they were looking for. I don't know if it was somebody or what it was. I will say that in this accident, it does not look like nobody survived, because 2 cars involved. Nobody got loaded up on no ambulance. Nobody got pulled out of the car, no nothing like that. And they're just kind of like waiting around, looking around. But so if nobody's gotten loaded up, nobody's gotten pulled out, not even an ambulance crew even looked at anybody, that means They, most likely the people are gone, which is sad to see that people are not just injured, that people died. It's sad to hear. And out of 2 cars, you know, for the family out there, if there's any family to these people that belong to these 2 cars, I know it's going to be heartbroken, you know. It is very sad to hear, because, you know, it's a bad sign when nobody's coming, when ambulance crews are just leaving and nobody's getting taken away from the scene and nobody's rushing around to try to get anybody out. That means there wasn't no survivors. So it is very sad. It is very sad. But just want to give everybody, you know, kind of what's happening right now with me. Kind of a interesting night at like 10 o'clock at night. Kind of an interesting night right now. So I'm going to sit out here a little while longer with Muffin. Hi, Muffin. Hi, baby. She's stretched out in front of me on the gravel. But I'm just kind of watch and hang out. I think they're waiting for the coroner to show up. So it took the ambulance about 25 minutes to even arrive. Like I said, there was 2 of them, but nobody got loaded up and nobody left inside of the ambulance. So ambulance is left with nobody in them, so not a good sign. So I guess they're waiting on the corner, so very sad night. I'll catch y'all back when see what's going on. So for now, catch y'all later. I'll be back. Very sad. The corner's out right now. There is 1 person in each vehicle. They didn't make it. Very sad. I'll see y'all after all this is taken care of. Hey everybody, this is Lockett's Campfire Adventures. So, when you see the videos before this, you'll see and everything of what happened all last night. So this is the next day, and I'm just trying to finish up the video. But of what happened is, so there was 2 people involved in the accident. And one was a female, one was a male. The gentleman was 85 years old. What happened is they were coming off the off-ramp, and the lady was coming off the off-ramp, and the gentleman was already on the on-ramp, but they were going opposite directions. Well, see, on the off-ramp, both lanes that come off that off-ramp are both going one direction, because on the other side of the highway, through the, I guess, say divider in the middle of the grass, is the other side of the highway where 2 lanes are going the other way. So the 2 lanes that were going this way is where they come off the off-ramp. And the two lanes that are going this direction, a gentleman was on this side, driving this way, going towards the direction of coming back to the off-ramp, but he's not supposed to be going that direction. He's supposed to be going this direction. So when the lady is coming down this way, and the gentleman was on the other lane, that is supposed to be headed the exact same way, but he was headed in the wrong direction. He collided with her, which made them, I guess, in a spiral, lose control and spinning. And don't even know how he could end up in the wrong lane, considering there's I guess, say you got the guardrail, and these 2 lanes going this way, and then you have, like, I guess, say another ditch in between. And then another set of lanes way over here. So there's a big ditch in between that makes these two lanes separate from these two. So I'm going, oh, how would you even end up over here? What, drive through a ditch just to make it to these two lanes? Or he made a turn long time ago. So the gentleman, the 85-year-old man, he did not make it. He pronounced dead on site. The lady is in really bad critical condition. She's still in the hospital. They don't know for sure if she's going to, make it or how long. But she's in, very bad shape. The lady was in a red car, and when they had to get her out, they pretty much used the jaws of life and had to open it up like a tuna can just to pull her out. And she just got rushed away. The gentleman did not make it. He was in a black car. And the motor itself, they hit so hard, not just once, a few times because of losing control. They hit so hard, just these two cars alone, that the guy that was in the car, the motor itself, the whole front end of the car got crushed in where it's pretty much not even there at that point. I mean, there was pieces of cars everywhere. But the motor itself literally got launched out of the car, was no longer even attached to the car, got launched 20 feet away from the car in the middle of the highway. And so the motor was completely separated from the car. And instantly it caught on fire. It made a big boom. Luckily, fire department, all that, they had it put out. That's the part that caught on fire. And which that one they did have to also take the jaws of life and open it up. Of course, they had to check on the person. That's when they realized he was no longer dead. I'll say it this way: he was dead. He was 85 years old. And he did die, but it was not the greatest sight in the world because of how bad he got hit in launching the motor and all this kind of stuff. I'll put it this way, they were looking up inside, down in the ditch beside the road, looking everywhere in like a good 400 feet of range, looking everywhere for, how do I put it, the rest of him. I'll put it that way. If you know what I mean by the rest of him. I don't really want to come out and just say the actual gory details here. It was kind of a mess. This started about 10 o'clock last night. It went on to about after 1 o'clock is when about 1 o'clock is finally when the coroner showed up to get the body and everything else of him, and which the process takes a while. And at about 1:30 at night, finally the tow trucks pulled up to, of course, start taking care of all the debris and then hooking onto everything, including pulling the motor up onto the tow truck with the chains. And of course, where I'm sitting, I can have clear view. The camera will show that it looks further away than it actually is, which it is still decently further, but in person it looks a little bit closer than what the camera could show. But there was about 13 different officers there, including sheriff and all that kind of stuff. There was 2 fire trucks. There was 2 ambulances. The first fire truck left. The first ambulance left. One stayed there just in case they needed them, which the second one, of course, did not need to be used. So they just stayed there on site until everything was taken care of. But no, I did not know the people. But it is still sad that somebody, died and the other person might not survive. So it was very sad in the way it happened. whoever the family is that might belong to the lady or the guy, you know, I really apologize, you know, and I hope that things get better for you guys. I know it's going to be hard for the family out there, because it was very, very hard to see. There's a lot more details, but I can't really say exactly all the specific tiny little details, but it was pretty bad to see this happen, you know. And but I wanted to let everybody know exactly what happened, because in the video I could just kind of tell what it looked like, but I couldn't tell exactly everything. So this is kind of help tell you all exactly at least what I will see on here, what happened. The rest of it, I really don't want to mention a lot of the major type details on the camera, because that would be a lot to the other side to hear. So for now, I just want to let everybody know. So I will talk to everybody later. See y'all in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and say a prayer for the family of the woman, and say a prayer for the family that just lost grandfather or father, whoever he was. So say a prayer for that family. Alright, thanks. See y'all later. Bye.